I knew something was wrong the moment the knock echoed through our living room, soft, hesitant but full of intention. My wife froze mid-step, as if her body no longer belonged to her. The color drained from her face so fast it frightened me. And then she whispered a name I'd never heard come from her lips before. "Please, not now." She didn't say it to me. She said it to the door. My stomach tightened. You don't get married expecting to one day fear a knock on your own front door. You don't expect your wife to look at it like a ghost is on the other side. "Who is it?" I asked. She didn't answer. She just stood there, chest rising and falling too quickly, her fingers twisting her wedding ring like she was trying to unscrew herself from our life. When I finally walked past her and opened the door, I felt the world tilt. It was my younger brother. And he couldn't look me in the eyes. People talk about betrayal like it's a sudden stab, a moment of pain and then numbness. They don't tell you it's slow like drowning, your brain trying to understand something your heart refuses to accept. I remember just staring at him, his hands shoved into his pockets, his breath unsteady. I hadn't seen him in months, not since he left town for work and space. Now he was here, glancing past me to look at my wife, and the expression they shared made my chest cave in. "You shouldn't have come," she whispered. My brother swallowed hard. You stopped replying. It felt like someone pressed a hand to the back of my neck and forced my head underwater. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't move. Replying to what? I asked, but my voice came out flat as if it wasn't mine. Neither of them answered. Instead, my wife just started crying, soft at first, then with a kind of guilt that filled the room like smoke. That was when I understood, before either of them had the cowardice or courage to say it aloud. Looking back, the signs were there, subtle but painful in hindsight. The late-night messages my wife dismissed as family stuff. Her mood shifts whenever my brother's name came up. The way she tried too hard to push me to reconcile with him, as if she needed him close. But the truth? I trusted her more than I trusted my own instincts. "We didn't mean for it to happen," she kept saying that night. "We didn't plan it. It was a mistake." A mistake. My brother, who used to borrow my clothes, my old guitar, my car. My wife, who borrowed my last name, my future, my loyalty. Both calling betrayal a mistake, like they'd spilled a glass of water instead of spilling my entire life across the floor. I asked them both to leave. My brother walked out first, shoulders shaking. My wife hesitated, as if waiting for me to stop her, to beg her to stay. I didn't. When she finally walked out too, the silence she left behind felt heavier than their confession. The days that followed were a blur of disbelief. I moved through my house like a visitor, touching the walls as if they could explain what went wrong. Their messages came in waves. From her, "I'm sorry. I don't want to lose you." From him, "I messed up. I'll fix it." How do you fix breaking someone's heart? One night, unable to sleep, I opened the chat backup from my wife's phone. Something I had never done before. Something I never thought I'd become the kind of person to do. But when trust is shattered, privacy dies with it. Their messages stretched back months. Months. Not a moment of weakness. Not a lapse in judgment. A relationship. A secret world built behind my back. What hurt the most wasn't the flirting or the confessions or even the intimacy. It was how often my name came up. How they discussed me like I was an obstacle. Problem. Oh wait. My wife had written, "I love him but not like before. I don't know how to leave without hurting him." My brother had written, "He'll be okay. He's strong." Strong. As if strength made betrayal less painful. As if strong people don't bleed. Revenge wasn't my intention, not at first. I just wanted clarity, closure, something that resembled an explanation. So I invited them both over separately, pretending I wanted to talk. They didn't know I had already decided how the night would end. My wife arrived first, her eyes swollen from days of crying. She tried to hug me. I stepped back. "Sit," I said. My brother came 10 minutes later, hands trembling. They sat across from each other, unable to look at me. "I read everything," I told them quietly. My wife gasped, covering her mouth. My brother's eyes filled with tears. "Good. Here's what we're going to do," I continued. "You two are going to tell me the truth. The whole truth. Together." And so they did. For nearly an hour they talked, haltingly, shamefully, stumbling through confessions they should have made months ago. I said nothing. I didn't shout. I didn't throw anything. I didn't break down. I just listened. I wanted them to see what they'd done without the distraction of anger. I wanted the truth to choke them the way their betrayal had choked me. When they finished, I nodded slowly. "Thank you," I said. "Now I can let go." They looked confused. They weren't expecting calmness. They were expecting rage. Tears. A fight. Instead, I pulled out 2 envelopes from the drawer. One was divorce papers. The other was a statement cutting my brother out of the business we co-owned. A buyout drafted by my lawyer. Their faces broke in perfect emotional symmetry. "My forgiveness," I said quietly, "is not yours anymore. But my freedom is." My wife sobbed. My brother stood up, reaching for me as if he deserved to touch me. I stepped back. "Leave," I said. And they did. This time I didn't watch them go. It's been months now. People tell me I look calmer, softer, more at peace. Maybe heartbreak doesn't make you stronger. But surviving it does something else. Clarifies you. It strips your life of illusions. It forces you to rebuild with intention. Sometimes I still hear that knock in my dreams. Sometimes I still see the way my wife froze. But I'm not the one frozen anymore. I'm the one who opened the door, saw the truth, and chose to walk forward. Alone but not broken. Never broken again.